What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. That's what I meant to do. I meant to wipe this damn thing off. I hope it wasn't blurry on the last video. Baby, this coffee is so good. I feel like throwing it up against the wall. We down here to talk about Married to Medicine, y'all. It was thundering and lightning and everything last night. It was thundering so hard the damn car alarms were going off. I was like, girl, is this the end? Please, I've been waiting for you to send the meteorites to blow this motherfucker up. Girl, send it. Send this shit. No, I would actually, I want to see when the full flip back to, I want to live long enough. I hope to live long enough to see the full flip of the divine feminine rising and earth being restored into its natural processes. That's I would like to live long enough to see that, because I could see it on the horizon. I can see it. I feel it. I can feel it, but I want to see it. I want to see this whole upside down world that we have been living in. Some of us are participating to our death and detriment, like participating in this shit. It's just, I want to see the switch. I feel like I've been waiting for this for so long. I felt like I've always felt it when it came to how how people related to each other. I always felt like something was off, and the way of this world, something wasn't right. For me, I heard a lot of static when people would be talking to me about just especially the indoctrination of like putting children in Sunday school and teaching them these things, and teaching these little girls these things, and teaching them these things that are rooted in patriarchy. And anything rooted in patriarchy is death, destruction, violence. It's not, it's taking, it's extracting, it's subtracting. And that's why the world looks the way that it does. And I want to see it. I want to see us like flip the world back the way that it should be, where we are in abundance and plentiful and open and free. Y'all don't even realize the confinements, especially when you go around telling people about their identities. You don't realize the confinements that you put yourself in. That's why we tear up when people come out, or when people live in their truth, when they go against, when they step out of the confinements that society has put them in. While a lot of you are enforcers of that shit, you don't even realize it. You don't even realize how you enforce the restraints and the repression and the confinements. You don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. And when people step out of that and reject that, that's why people get emotional, because it's like, oh, you're finally, I feel like I'm seeing the Wiz. And you remember when they got rid of old girl that was looked like she was sitting on a toilet? She was sitting on a toilet, Eveline. They got rid of her. And then when all of that was destroyed, all of that illusion was destroyed, how people just started unzipping themselves out of the restraints and the confinements, and working and working and working and working. It's like we're finally free of this illusion. We get to break this illusion, because all that you're seeking outside of yourself is right here. That's the fucking story in everything. Wizard of Oz, Star Wars, your life. Everything you looking for outside of yourself is not real. It's all you are going to find it in here. That's all I have to say about that. Let's talk about Married to Medicine. All right. So they're sitting at the table. I have to say, let me just say this before we get started, so you know where I am with this whole thing. it's time for Quad to leave. Just like we were just talking about relationships being over and the relationships running their course, right? Um, Quad's relationship with those women have ran its course. It's over with. And it's time to bounce. That's why I don't like how they the formula for these shows is to keep women around each other, that they have like real, they have conflict and the relationships are no more. And you're trying to keep these relationships going, and all it's going to do is create unnecessary conflict. It was time for Quad to go. She said it herself. She doesn't have an emotional connection, but she wants to get here. Do I believe that she really wants to have a connection with these women? I believe that Quad understands that the relationships have ran their course, and it's only, the only place for her to go is to leave, because in real life she would leave out of the friend group, but she's on a television show. So I kind of want to be on TV. So like, can we kind of like play like we like each other? Because that's what the other girls are doing. They're not even playing like they like each other. Some play like they like each other, but a lot of them are not playing like they like each other. And it's like, why are we watching this? We want to see friendships. We understand natural conflict in friendships, like what Sutton and Kyle are going through. You know what I'm saying? Heavenly tells Quad that she's a user, but Heavenly did admit that she called the producers and said, I need Quad. Right? Isn't that what she said? That came out of her mouth, right? She called the people and said, I need Quad. Why? Are the other people not giving you the energy that you need in order to make a good scene? You need Quad to do what? What you need Quad for? So I feel like in that respect, I feel like it was that was the like even exchange. Whether you felt like Quad was a good friend to you, you knew that her being on the show, she was going to perform. So you needed her. Jackie says, they go back and forth. They start, Heavenly and Quad, they cuss each other out real quick. So they cussing at each other. F your shit, and this is your shit, and they were saying it back and forth to each other. Girl, when I tell you how outdone I was when Heavenly gave a toast to Sweet Tooth, I was like, y'all so musty. But in all honesty, there are some friend groups that operate the way that these women are operating. I mean, it's just like the cycle of friendships and everything. It's just like, I think we can look at it in a bigger way. I just don't like the way that they're doing it. I feel like Simone and Jackie are making shit up. I feel like Eugene said it. Oh, what did he say? I'm so glad that the women stood in solidarity with Toya. Stood in solidarity for what? I thought they each had an issue with her. Why would they stand together with Toya when they each have a valid reason? Right? You see, Toya was like, well, yeah, because they all have a valid reason. No, you are the only one, for me, from my eyes, you are the only one that has a legitimate reason. That's why when we go through all of the things, I'm so glad they showed a little montage of the friendly moments that Quad had with these women, where she was actually like really there for them in rough times. And yes, that is going to happen in your friendships, and it still means that they can also end. Even though that person was there for you during a rough patch and they're no longer there anymore, that was their purpose in your life for that length of time. And it's time to let go, like in real life, right? But they're doing a television show and this woman wants to work and get a check. I don't want to be kicked off a show, right? I don't want to be kicked off a show. That's whack. Girl, they voted her off. It was like Survivor. The tribe has spoken. Girl, I don't even like the way that Toya laughed when she when Quad said we want to do the resurrection. I thought we, at the resurrection we was gonna get we were gonna start anew, and then Toya just started laughing like, girl, are you serious? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like the way that they did it. I really just don't like the way they did it. But I do agree that it is time for Quad to go. The friendships are done. Jackie says it's accountability is necessary, and it comes with action. But y'all didn't technically give her a chance. They said after the resurrection, they didn't hear from Quad at all. And then Heavenly said, when you realize Phaedra's shady, whack, screwed up face ass wasn't going to take you to bring you to this event, you called me. So I feel like you using me, right, to shoot a scene with, basically, is what Heavenly is saying. But again, um, Jackie tells Heavenly, I don't know why you let Quad use you. Are you going to give Heavenly the scene that she wants? Jacqueline Walters, Dr. Jackie Walters, are you going to give Heavenly the scene that she would produce with Quad? Are you going to give her that same energy? You're not. So while you are telling Heavenly that Quad is using her, Heavenly needs Quad. She even admitted that she needed Quad to make these scenes exciting, dramatic, theatric. That you want that, because what you gonna do, Jackie? Sit there. It's all about accountability. I was surprised Jackie was actually talking. I'm surprised, because usually they send Simone to do the talking, like they did when they voted Mariah off of Medical Island. Child, that's a mess. I saw the little interview that she did with Carlos. I was really upset that that goddamn smoke detector battery was beeping through the whole thing. I don't know why they didn't edit that out. I don't know. Maybe they didn't hear it, but I heard it, and I kept thinking. I was like, I know my batteries are up today. What is that I keep hearing? But it is what it is. So I think they all. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. How do we trust the words that are coming out of your mouth when they're not backed by your actions? Again, I'm back to this, like, you are asking of Quad what you yourself cannot reciprocate. I'm sorry. I do not believe that Jackie texts Quad. Maybe they can prove it to me, but I just don't believe. I believe that when the cameras go down, Jackie doesn't speak to everybody either, but Heavenly. Now, Toya said her and Simone, they hang out. That's what they said. They hang out, and they hanging out with Sweet Tooth. And I agree with Rodney. Shout out to Rodney, the voice. Oh, this is his shirt, sweatshirt, honey. Release his ass back to the community. They released Quad's ass back to the community, girl. Let me tell you, they really voted that lady off. They really put her tiki torch out. And what's her name? Looks so pleased. Toya with her wine club, girl. Let me tell you something. No shade, but you too can have a wine club. I went to the website and I was like, okay. Did you see Quad shade? Did you hear when she shaded Toya when she was like, "You"? I'm so happy she's doing her wine thing, and that the people she can pick out a selection of wines and give them her code, and then she can get a percentage off of that. Like, bitch, that's not really your wine. It's not a wine that you develop. You just are tasting wines to make a selection and give your coupon code, and it's not taking anything away. But again, you too can have a wine club. You could do exactly what Toya is doing. 10 years after being on TV. It's not quite like an MLM, but you can make a wine selection and then create a little club, and the people, you can have your little wine club. Did you see their advertisement? All you got to do is go to their website. You can be in the little club too. Toya said she's gonna do what? Toya's taste tips or something like that. I was, I'm sorry, but I was like, I wasn't embarrassed or mortified. Those are the words that I wanted to use, but I was just like, when you're doing a wine tasting and they're like, okay, this pairs with this, I feel like you should at least try it. Like you at, trying to get rosé and they're like, drink the red with the, with the red meat or whatever. And you're like, I'll take another rosé. I know it's like your preference on what you want to drink, but I feel like at least you should like take a sip, taste it, just taste it. You don't have to drink it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see because, I don't think that with Quad leaving, it's going to, I don't necessarily think it'll take away from the dynamics of the show because I feel like Simone does have a personality that is strong and like outward. Heavenly is the same way. I feel like Jackie is more demure and I'm just going to sit around and do my little slick shade, right? Buffy, girl, that lady still hasn't gotten over that to this day. And that's her story and her experience. And she could talk about it whenever the damn light goes on. But when I tell you Buffy, parasols, baby, when I tell you she has not gotten over that. And she literally like she wants to hold that woman accountable for saying what she said on that stage like that. Yep. Qua said the love was fake. Over the years, things have changed. That's honestly, it doesn't mean that the love was fake. That's the thing. I think people really, truly try to hold on to things for life or forever when that's not everybody's purpose in your journey. A lot of us hold on to relationships when they are long overdue. I have done it until I realize absolutely not. I'm not going to put in the effort where the effort isn't being reciprocated. That's with relationships, friendships, parent child relation. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So if you hold on to them for too long, all you're going to do is have disharmony. I feel like it's time for Quad to leave. The love is gone, honey. The love is gone. The love is gone. So they're back in Toya's musty ass room. They're talking to, yeah, because y'all musty. That's what y'all was smelling. Y'all musty heifers. Y'all musty heifers was sitting around trying to figure out a way to tell Quad that you're going to tell her to leave the damn trip. I said, girl, whoo, shit. Girl, we want you to leave. We don't want to be your friends anymore. We're not emotionally connected to you. Girl, they use Quad's words against her. She's like, I'm not emotionally connected. I really want to see more of that discussion. I know they had to cut it down, but I want to see some more of it. I want to see some more. They said Toya and Quad got into it at the resurrection. Um, but Quad said they wasn't fighting down to the Willie Watson girl. That was funny. But I'm not going to sit here and believe that there was not yelling back and forth because in that scene where she had her, don't put your hand in my face, don't put your hand in my face. She's like, don't touch me. So I'm not going to say I want to see the other pieces of those conversations. I really do. Jackie says they felt the most distant from Quad when she was in Sister Circle 3 years ago. They seem to have never recovered from that. They have not. Quad, since she did that, what Quad said on Carlos King with her interview, she said that in that moment in her life, she was thanking the women who were there for her. Shout out to Rodney again. He called it. She's mad really about the way they responded to her divorce with Dr. G. And I'm glad that Carlos asked the question, are they like sticking by him because he's the doctor? She said no. She doesn't think that. I believe they're more it's more of that they I don't know. I feel like because when I saw the men go out and they had a scene, the men had a scene together and Curtis showed up for the scene. Um and they're talking about what happened on the trip or whatever, or what's happening on the trip. And Eugene, he gossips. He loves to gossip. Men like to gossip. You see them sitting there talking right now. Um, I didn't even like the way that Dr. G was like, I don't really want anybody to be ousted from their friend group, but hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. His feet probably dangling off that fucking couch, fucking munchkin ass, sawed off motherfucker. I was like, ugh. I'm sorry. I just don't feel like I feel like I don't know the way y'all don't want her on the show, but this is what the people are talking about, and I honestly do not think that they expected this reaction from the viewers. I don't think there's a few people who are like Quad is not taking accountability, and I don't think Quad is that type of person. There's just some people who just don't. They're gonna be like, well, I'm going through it too, or you did it to me too. Like, you're telling me I did something to you and you did the same thing to me. But what they're telling you is what you would put up with, they ain't putting up with. That's how that goes. I did it for you. Well, bitch, you shouldn't have, because we ain't gonna do it for you. And that's how it goes. That's really how it goes. We need to call her right now. They called Quad back to the room. They voted her off of Medical Island, honey. And hey, Quad, we would like to have a word with you, bitch. Am I coming to HR? What is the tea? Like, this is a mess. So she comes in there. Simone says, we don't have an emotional connection with you, and we are going to ask you to leave the trip. Quad was just sitting there like, I know, I would love to know. Maybe she's going to let us know on the next part of her and Carlos, but I want to know what she was thinking. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I would like to know what she was thinking. She said she wasn't expecting that. I was hoping to get an opportunity to show you all differently, but this hurts me. And she says, I thought we were, agreeing to restart this at the resurrection, which apparently they, Quad and Toya got into it again at the resurrection. Um, And then Simone said, in her interview, she was like, what? When she said, excuse me, girl, what? Like, you really, how could you have thought that? Basically, based on what happened, how could you have thought that we were restarting from then? Plus, with Heavenly saying, you haven't called me, right? You haven't called me since that, but you called me to come on this trip because you found out Phaedra wasn't going to basically bring you. I feel like it's weird that Phaedra is on there, like in the capacity that she's in, and is like, I feel like they're allowing a grifter into their group to not to spite Quad, but like I don't, I don't understand. I just don't understand how they are accepting the way that Phaedra is moving. Phaedra is moving real musty too. That's why that room was stinking. Because y'all bitches is musty. She said the resurrection was an epic failure. Toya started laughing. Toya was like, shut your little teeth up. Shut them up. You want a problem with that lady. You do not like that lady. And for me, Toya has a right to not fuck with Quad. That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, if I was Toya, I would be acting the same way with Quad. Like, no, girl, we're not cool at all. Not after what you did. I want y'all to acknowledge that I've been hurt too. Like y'all have done a lot of stuff to Quad. So I guess we just have the whiteboards up and be like, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. But at the end of the day, the relationship is over. It's irreparable. So yeah, and then Simone was like, yeah, I know that you have let us know how much we've hurt you, but we're telling you today how much you've hurt us. So that's what she was saying. Quad said, I felt like I wasn't heard. Quad does a lot of talking. She does a lot of talking. And then after she does a lot of talking, she says, I feel like I wasn't heard. I don't understand how that happens for her. You know what I'm saying? She said, I didn't expect that from Heavenly, and she gets emotional. And then when Heavenly gave that lady a toast the next day, I was like, girl, that's musty. But then, like, to me, I feel like at that point, you have to be like, girl, we not cool. We're not cool. We're not going to be cool. And in real life, you would not be trying to mend this relationship. The reason why you're trying to mend these relationships is because you want to be on TV. And that's fine. Honey, let me tell you something. You know how you can make Instagram your television and your own television show? Honey, get down there, start making video. I don't know, but you can have your own. You are the visuals, baby. Okay? You are the visuals, honey. You the main character. Make your own shit. Like, I know that it's not gonna pay as much as Bravo, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Where's Quad? What is Quad doing? She's doing a foundation or something. I don't know what she does. Whatever she's doing, girl, I'm not mad at her. And I'm not gonna be one of these people like, oh, she's a hoe. That's how she's, it's like, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's what Heavenly always calling Quad a whore. Like, why is that the thing? Like, why? She's sleeping with the contractor. She's doing this. She's doing that. She's in Africa. Quad went and got her passport. When she in the interview with Carlos, I've never been to wherever you say I've been to fucking men. And if she is out there doing that, girl, she can. She's a fucking single woman. She can do what the she want to do. I think that might be a little bit of the issue a lot of these women have. They may have an issue with the freedom that Quad has. I don't think Toya really cares about that because she does have a lot of like, she's not, it doesn't seem like she's in like a weird relationship to where like he's like harmful. She seems like she does maybe more of the harm than he does, if anybody is causing harm. Um, but I think that's where they have a problem. Like she is free. She's free. Where are you getting this money from? How are you making your money? You're going on trips, you're doing that. Maybe and that's that I feel like that's where you know the friendships are over. Girl, y'all hear this damn I was about to roll a joint. This damn truck. I'm trying not to talk because he's just beeping, and I don't know how far they're backing it up. Um, I'm glad that they showed Quad, being, friends to these women, right? But again, yes, I was friends. I was friends with you during this time. Now the relationship has dissolved. It's time to let go. I think that's the lesson here. Is like, stop holding on to relationships that are overdue, right? Unfortunately, this happened on a reality television show and it's going to cost you a check. But in real life, right, in a friend group that is not paying you to be in the friend group, you are willingly in the friend group. You are not being paid to be in this friend group. Um, when it's over, it's over. When the relationship is overdue, let it go. Send it back. Send it back. So we had some good times. You're going to show a montage of our friendship, but it's over. It's over now. Hey, I'm leaving you, baby. It's over now. So I'm just saying, I think that's the lesson here. Some people just have a musty way. That's why that room was funky. Because some people have a musty way of, telling somebody in the friend group, we don't want to be your friend anymore. Dr. G was not interested. Tanisha was trying to tell him, Letitia, whatever her name is, Tafisha, was trying to explain to him what was going on. And he didn't seem very interested. He had to get back to work. And what does this say? Hold on. Yeah, they showed Quad being there for her friends. Toya was telling Eugene what was happening. And that's when he said, I'm so glad that the women stood in solidarity with Toya. Why would Toya need anybody to be in solidarity with her when they have their own legitimate issues with Quad? Why would she need anyone to stand with her when they all can stand alone? Toya was like, "Well, they all actually have their own issues with Quad." No, they don't. Not nothing that would cause the dissolution of a friendship to me. Um, but ironically, if you're watching the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip with the New York Housewives Legacy, I don't know why Kristen is there. Child, she can go. I would have rather had Tinsley there, honestly. Dorinda, Luann, Ramona, Sonia, and Kristen. You probably don't even remember Kristen. But, and Kelly Ben Simone, her crazy ass is on there. But they're getting on Sonia because when they're not filming, they don't hang out with Sonia. Sonia be doing her thing. Sonia's like, I be working. I gotta work. I gotta work. Y'all have your lives set up the way you have your lives. So when I'm not working here and the cameras are down, I'm still working. Y'all can go to the Hamptons and y'all can lay out by the pool and sip martinis and shit. I'm working. So unless I'm getting a check, y'all ain't gonna see me unless you're gonna come to where I'm getting my check. You understand what I'm saying? And they're getting that's the same. And I said, what's funny is they're not ousting her out of the friendship for it. And maybe because their friendships are like 20 years old. Ramona, Luann, and Sonia, right? Their friendships span a long time. But they are complaining to Sonia about the same thing that the women are complaining to Quad about. But they're not kicking her out of the friend group. Jackie does an interview or a discussion with Vice President Kamala Harris and talking about Black women in maternity mortality rates. And I really thought it was a cool conversation. I thought it was important for the people who are watching Married to Medicine and need health care to know that Medicaid is offering or extending the postpartum benefits to include 12 months of postpartum care. So giving you a whole year instead of the 6-week follow up, right? Because it's usually 6 weeks. So now they're giving you a year postpartum. So if you're experiencing anything, you can get the help and it's still covered. You'll still be covered. So I thought that was actually pretty awesome for them to have that conversation with Kamala Harris. So shout out to Jackie for that. The next day, they are going to go to brunch. They talk about how after they let Quad go, how light and airy and sunshine and how it felt so easy, like Sunday morning, right? they talked about, Jackie comes back when they're sitting eating brunch, and she tells them about her experience with the vice president. And Toya says, "You can invite me to the White House, girl." Did you see the way that Jackie cut her eyes at Toya, girl? I'm not inviting you anywhere. I barely even talk to you, girl. Well, why would I invite you anywhere? That's the look that Jackie gave Toya. She don't see it for her. Simone wanted the rosé when they were giving out telling them what the pairings were with the wine and the meat and this and that. And Toya said she's used to drinking Boone's Farm. This is not a Boone's Farm moment, girl. Not Boone's Farm. She took it back. I said, not taking it back to Boone's Farm, girl. Did y'all used to drink Boone's Farm, girl? I did. Baby, it was so good. Strawberry Hill was good. And the other flavors were good too. Stop playing with me. Full of sugar, honey. Sugar and alcohol. Sugar and alcohol. So Heavenly gives us old fake ass toast to Sweet Tooth. Honey, I'm tired of her. I don't even know why I don't like that girl. I don't like that girl. I don't even know why. I don't like it. I don't even like that she's in the group. Because for me, if I was Quad and y'all accepting this woman into the group like that, I would see that as a signal. Oh, y'all don't really fuck with me because y'all really got this girl in our friend group, like accepted her into this friend group with me in it. So obviously you don't want me here, right? Okay, so I'm gonna see my way out. That was the indication for me, right? That's why Quad was negotiating her contract. I know I'm mixing in Carlos's interview with her and this review, but we are just talking, right? So you know what it gives. Um, Bitch, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I do not want to stop this video and restart it. Anyways, let me look at my notes. Come on, notes. Um, Giving a toast to this woman. Yes. Giving a toast to this woman, and y'all are really sitting up here with this woman. I would see that as a signal that it was time for me to leave this friend group. It's time for me to go. And that's why that girl was negotiating her contract, because you're not going to bring this man back, right? You're not going to bring this man back with his girl, with his woman, and me not say, I need to negotiate, because what you want, the reason why they're here is because of me. That's your entry into this group. But the way that those women welcome that lady with open arms, I'll be like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. I see what's happening here. It's time for me to exit this friend group. Honestly, truly. Honestly, truly, honey. So Toya goes and meets with the wine store. They had set up, set amongst the women. Her and Phaedra went. I don't know what Phaedra had on. It said Fendi, but it was ugly. I'm sorry. I did not think that was cute. I was like, what the fuck does Phaedra have on? Girl, you taking this city girl shit too far. Okay, we get it. You in your second, what is it? You in your revising, reinventing. The girls do it. A woman can do it however many times she wants. But that damn fur on the back, I was like, what is that? Is that a rabbit? Is that a rabbit? What is that? Phaedra is whack to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know y'all like Phaedra. But the husbands, they go and play golf. They start talking about what the girls were talking about. Quad, you can go home now. Um, it's disappointing, but all of these ladies have their independent issues with Quad. You see, they keep trying to get that in there, right? I really hope Quad works them girls at the reunion and then wraps their asses up. I hope she works them and wraps them up and send them back. I hope she does. She got emotional a few times on her interview with Carlos about Mariah and stuff. He asked her, do you see how Mariah felt? Because I feel like what they are doing is what Giselle did with Monique and Candace. You don't like neither one of those girls, but because they are in conflict, you are going to side with the one that you probably dislike the most. Like, oh, I dislike her. This is an opportunity for me to jump on the bandwagon that I'm like on Candace's side. I'm really not on Candace's side. I really just don't like this bitch. But since her and Candace got into it, I can hop on that and be like, girl, we don't want you here. Somebody was showing the clip from the first season where Simone and Jackie were talking about the way that Quad spoke and how it was ghetto, and then Toya talking about how when Quad over enunciates, Quad talked about that with Carlos. She didn't want anybody coming out of Memphis, Tennessee, what anybody saying or making fun of the way she spoke or the way anybody from Memphis, Tennessee spoke. And on the first season, they showed Jackie and Simone. Jackie and Simone of all people, talked about how how the way that Quad speaks is ghetto. And that's why Quad talks like this, honey. Like very, very much so over enunciates. It's very theatric. And I think that's part of the what is like what I like about Quad. I feel like it's like a I don't know. I just feel like she's bright. She's bright. I just feel like she's bright. Um Quad. Oh, do you want Quad and Sweet Tooth to be friends? And he was like, no, she just loves people, but I don't want them to be friends. And then they talked about how Eugene likes a little gossip. Eugene likes to gossip. We know Eugene likes to gossip. That's why Quad called him Eugina, because y'all attribute gossiping to only women doing it when it's not. That's not true. Men gossip. What do you I don't understand why the fuck y'all don't. Whatever's fucking happening in the beauty shop is happening in the barber shop. It's the same shit. Same shit. Gossiping, talking shit. Girl, did you hear? Nigga, did you hear? Girl. But y'all attribute gossiping, and men have effectively given that as a negative attribute, even though they participate in it. Y'all, that's what y'all women do. You acting like a woman, gossiping like a bitch. It be gossiping too, okay? At the dinner, they're talking about do what makes you happy. Toya was talking about, this being something that, girl, I told Toya I want 30%, bitch, because I'm the one that fucking told your ass to do something with wines. Everybody was telling you to do something with wines, but I feel like I was one of the first to tell you, bitch, go after what you like. Go after what you like. I do not like to see people start businesses with things that they are not passionate about. That's because they just trying to get money. And that doesn't last for long because the energy that's being put into it isn't authentic. And it's unsustainable. So it doesn't last long. The best thing to do is go and talk about and sell or whatever the hell you want to do, what you're passionate about. You cannot be, if I was on here selling bundles to y'all would be like, how? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Girl, how? If I was on here giving you affiliate links to things that didn't resonate with me and I was just trying to sell something and to get something back, that's not going to last long. You got to function with what's in alignment with what you're passionate about. That's what makes sense, Toya. And I'm like trying to figure out why it took her so long. And even to the point, it took you so long and you still on some fuck shit because it's not really your wine. You are just making a selection of wines. Quad shaded her, but it's for real. And you're going to give the people your code and you just created a club. And it's just like, Yes, it's a good idea, but this is some shit you should have had a long time ago. Ramona done had a wine. What's the girl? Skinny girl. She done had her shit come out. All these women have their little drinks and little things coming out, and it's been 10 years. But you're the same woman who threw a party because you paid your bills, girl. The other doctor, I honestly don't know her name, but apparently she is married to I think he's a dentist. She's a dentist or he's a dentist. One of them is a dentist. I think he's the dentist. She's a doctor too. Girl, she said she is very outspoken, opinionated, free, liberated. But in her relationship, she actually pins her own feathers down. She pins her own feathers down to play as if she's a submissive. I'm going to placate and play as if I'm submissive. Snap the fuck out of it. Y'all have to stop wearing these masks. If you are not a submissive woman, please do not try to be in relationship. First of all, that's like an oxymoron for me. Like submissive woman is an oxymoron. That seems like a state of being that is unnatural. It's unnatural. And you're playing into some shit that is unnatural and does not serve you. You get like this so that you can do what? To make him look like what? You do like this. When you really should be like this. But you do like this. For what? Girl, fuck that shit. Y'all, That's why the shit did never last so long for me. I can't be doing this, bending over backwards and shit to be something that I'm not so that you can feel like, what a man, girl. Get the fuck out of here. If you need me to perform like a fucking donkey in a fucking circus, like a fucking damn elephant trying to stand on a goddamn beach ball to make you look like a good girl, fuck you. Girl, I ain't got time. I'm tired. I'm tired even thinking about it. I'm tired when I think about y'all doing that for any length of time. Bitch, how long you gonna balance on that beach ball? Girl, it's a mess. For what? For what? For what? You're not gonna raise my pressure. I'm the neck. I'm the neck. And he's the head. And the neck turns the head. Girl. Bitch, you the head. You the fucking neck. You the fucking laborer, creator, deliverer. You do it all, bitch. To play this fucking game that you just the fucking neck. No, bitch, you the whole fucking body. You the whole body. Trying to play this game with these weirdos so they can feel like me. And when they showed that clip, she was trying to get his attention and he was like, I'm talking, girl, don't. You don't even have to do that. Why are you doing that? You don't even have to do that. You can even in the middle of you talking, if your partner comes to you to tell you something, you can actually stop what you're doing. You don't have to tell her to stop. If she's coming to tell you something, why are you making her wait? Why wouldn't you acknowledge her so she can tell you what she needs to tell you and be on her way? No, you want to flex. I didn't like that. Girl, and then he's the head and I'm the neck, stupid ass. And you a doctor. Girl, bye. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Y'all not going to raise my pressure today. I'm going to finish smoking this and I'm out. But y'all didn't do Quad right. Quad, leave that goddamn show. Leave them friends. You don't even need to be worried about them girls anymore. The friendships are over. It's done. It's a wrap. Maybe y'all will make up later. Maybe time has to pass, girl, whatever. If it's meant to be, it'll come back to you. What do they tell you? Throw it back and it hit you in the head like a fucking boomerang. It came back to you, but bitch, now you got a headache. Anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.